Matthew and I were high school sweethearts. We dated for 6 years, got married in 2001. We have 3 kids. Kaylee is 12, and Bryson is 9, and Parker is 4.
Parker is his own person. He enjoys life. Anything that Parker's doing, he's having the most fun ever doing it. He's typically the main focus point in the room, and he makes sure of that.
First part of June 2016, Parker woke us up in the middle of the night and said that his chest hurt. And I called the pediatrician the next morning and had him checked out. His pediatrician came in a little bit concerned and said that his blood work was abnormal. So over the next few weeks, we did serial lab work with the pediatrician. She drew his labs, came in, and she was almost in tears. And she said, "Dad," she said, "I'm very sorry, but I think Parker has leukemia." And she said, "He's critical, and she's critically low right now." She said, "He's gonna have to go to Children's." And so we walked in to the hematology oncology office, and pretty much was a slap in the face. Just took the breath out of us when we walked in, because in the waiting room was these sweet kids with bald heads. We saw a glimpse of what our life was fixing to be like.
Well, Parker's done great with handling the leukemia. To be honest, I would say he handled it like he's handled anything else, with a sense of humor, with a vigor and livelihood that you wouldn't expect to see out of somebody going through that. He has his down days, as any of us would, but he also has his days where he really has a good time and still enjoys his day-to-day life. If anyone can be wired, can have a personality to go through something like this, it's Parker.
He did very well. He responded very well with the chemo and went into remission on day 29, which is the ultimate goal. And he's been in remission since August. He just goes on about his life like he's not sick. He makes jokes about his bald head. I'll find videos on my phone where he's, talking about his bald head, and he's just a mess.
Well, I want Parker to be an inspiration to others. I want people to see that even with leukemia, you can have a zest for life. You can still enjoy yourself. I want his fight to be an inspiration to kids that are going through this now, adults that are going through this now, but also for people that are going to go through it in the future that may not know that now. I would absolutely say that Parker is our hero. And we tell him he's a superhero, and he wears a cape, and I know that's a thing that you see a lot with kids that go through this, but I firmly believe it because he could not go through this without a stronger power within him. You can call it a superhero, you can call it the Lord working in his life, but at the end of the day, it's kind of the same thing. It's a power greater than yourself, which that's what superpowers are.
For whatever reason, God knew and built Parker to handle this. I don't know how God's gonna use this in his life, but he is. I have no doubt.
Taylor is one of the most unique people you'll ever meet. She's got more personality than anyone I've ever been around. She's very loving, she's very sweet, she's very determined.
She's really outgoing, never meets a stranger, maybe for about 5 seconds, and then she's your best friend.
So we first noticed that things were a little bit odd with Taylor's health when she had gotten a fever, thought maybe it was a virus, and she just wasn't getting better.
She was out for a majority of 2 weeks from daycare, and we were just back and forth to the doctor.
So we took her back and had more blood work done, and they decided to do a bone marrow test, and that's where we found out that, she did in fact have ALL.
I just remember them saying that she had leukemia, and then again, every time I heard the word leukemia, just nothing. You know, that's all you hear. I just immediately thought my daughter's gonna die.
It's such a challenge at first because it all comes at once and you don't have an opportunity to take small bites. You just, you have to absorb it and you have to move on and be there to support them however they need you to.
Treatments sometimes have been rough. In the beginning, it was really rough on her, but it doesn't get her down for very long. She gets right back up and she's a trooper.
You try to stay strong emotionally for your kids because you don't want them to see fear or concern in you know, their parents. You're tough all day long, and then when they go to bed, you can kind of, you know, let your hair down a little bit, and you can actually be scared, and you are. I mean,
I couldn't do what she's doing. I don't know many people that could. In a way, if it was going to happen, I'm glad it's happening now when she's so young. I hate that she's missing out on being a kid.
3-year-olds are so much stronger than you ever know, and she's so brave, and she's so willing to do whatever it takes to help her get better.
I guess my hope for her is that she takes this and she uses this, and she realizes how hard the doctors and the nurses have worked, and realizes how much she's overcome. I think that she most definitely will be better equipped to handle tough situations.
To watch the way Taylor goes through her day-to-day treatments and the way she handles taking her medicines every day, and it's something new all the time, and just her ability to be so flexible and so willing to listen and to do that sort of stuff, just it gives a new definition to hero. One of the things that I'll never forget is just the pride I have in her and how much I look up to her every day.